George Floyd, injustice that was done to him. All cops are bad, right?
You cannot drive out darkness with darkness. Like, you know what I mean? You have to drive out darkness with light. I think all lives matter. But right now, what matters is Black lives.
Let's start over because it's gonna be a pain in the butt to edit.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, take two. This is the Lama podcast. I messed up the recording on here because I'm stupid. But I'm joined today with Edgar Velasco. How you doing, bro?
Good, bro. How about you? Good.
Dude, I'm doing good. Dude, how does it feel? We just mentioned this, but how does it feel to be the first video? Because this is the first time we do video. So monumental day. How does it feel to be the first one to have their video recorded on the Lama podcast?
Oh, bro, super nervous, but it's good. I'll chill out later on.
Yeah. Dude, Edgar seems all cool right now, but he's been freaking out the last 5-10 minutes.
Oh, bro, don't do me like that.
Nah, to be honest though, I was freaking out too. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, you were worse than me.
Dude, I know I kept triple checking, quadruple checking everything, but we should be fine. Yeah, so make sure you guys go over there if you guys are listening to this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or any other of those platforms that we're usually on. This episode should air probably a day or 2 days after the audio comes out. So if you want to listen to this on YouTube and watch us, make sure you wait for me to post it the next day or the day after that. And it'll be available on our YouTube, which will be available on our website. Okay, so Edgar, the other day you texted me because you were like, Jared, we need to talk about stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
And like, no lie, dude, I was right about to text you too, dude. I was like, oh shoot, I need to talk to Edgar. Like, you always told me you were down to talk, and I was like, bro, we have to talk.
Yes, too much going on, my guy, too much.
Okay, so for those of you, if you have been living under a rock for like the last 2 weeks.
No way, no one doesn't know. No way. No way, bro.
If you don't know, dude, something's wrong with you, man. You need to get better internet.
Yeah, no lie, bro.
For real, dude. If you don't know what's going on, you don't have TV, you don't have internet.
We live in the middle of nowhere and we still know what's going on.
Dude, honestly. Okay, but everything's happened because obviously George Floyd, injustice that was done to him. Have you seen the video of when the cop was doing that to him?
Yeah.
Dude, that video was heartbreaking, dude. It was so sad. Because he had him there, dude, and like he legit stopped moving for like what seemed to be like so long, you know? It's like, how can you do that to another human being?
Yeah, I get what you mean, yeah.
It's tough, bad. Bro. It's a sad situation, but obviously this hasn't been just a one moment, how things usually are on social media and stuff like that, where it's like everybody's mad for a week, you know? It's like this obviously has escalated a lot more. And you know, like what is your view? Because obviously I think everyone knows what's going on. There's protest, peaceful protest, there's violent riots, there's people aprovechándose, you know, taking advantage of the moment and looting, you know. So like what are your thoughts about this whole situation? What's your view upon it? Like, give us your insight.
Okay, let's start with let's separate them because let's like separate looting, rioting, and peaceful protesting.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
Okay, so let's start with peaceful protesting. There you go. All right, so personally, in my opinion, y'all gonna hate me, but but I think peaceful protesting, well, I can see rioting, I guess, a bit, not too violent, you know, but I feel like people shouldn't be breaking small businesses.
Yeah.
That's what's got kind of got me right, because people work, like some people have worked their whole lives to get businesses. Like um supposedly, like the Target owner was like, no, don't worry about it, like I support the movement and we got enough money to rebuild or whatever. So I guess I can see that. Not that it's right either way, but um there's a saying, I think, by like MLK, and he was like, you cannot drive out darkness with darkness. Like, you know
Mm,
what I mean? You have to drive out darkness with light. And he was a peaceful protester, and I kind of agree. I mean, I think it should be peaceful because if we act, I understand like rioting is the voice of the unheard, right? But
yes.
if if we're trying to make a statement and trying to prove something, that we are also humans, that we're also people, I think we're not technically fulfilling that by being violent.
Mm-hmm.
If we're trying to get ourselves rights, if we're trying to well, not, I don't want to say ourselves, but we're gonna talk about, I guess, like the Black community.
Yeah.
I think a better way would to be peaceful, to be honest. That's my opinion. Because with there's a saying, you kill them with kindness, I guess you could say. That's
Yeah.
what I believe. That you have to be peaceful and show that, hey, I'm also human. Like, um, how do I say? You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You have to be peaceful. I mean, I understand that there's riots and everything going on, because I've seen videos where like the cops, people are kneeling and the cops just shoot them. You get what I'm saying? With
Yeah.
rubber bullets or look, yeah, which is super unjust, super unfair. But at the same time, I feel like when the rioting, which I understand and I agree with and I accept, but whenever people start destroying small businesses, what are they getting out of the small businesses? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? And then also, I don't agree with people robbing stores. There's people that are actually there for it, and there's people that are literally taking advantage of this movement as an excuse to go steal stuff, to go buy things that they want without getting in trouble, because they know there's a lot of people doing it. They're not gonna find one person like, oh, he robbed or he stole. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's what kind of upsets me, is that people, they're not using this for the right reasons. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not all, but some people. And I feel like I don't know, man. It's because I don't know.
Yeah.
But
The thing I think about it is like, like, and people come out with the statistics, where they're like, oh, well, more white people die or more of this and that, right? There's like statistics that more white people are killed by cops. But,
mhm,
it's like, well, what are those situations, Like, is it a guy that's in a crack house, you know what I mean? And he's pulling up a gun on the cop that's trying to raid the house, It's like, I'm not
mhm,
saying I know, I haven't researched this as much, but those are points that people are making that, oh, more white people are getting this and that. And it's like, but when you see this happening to a black person or a person of the black community, African American, however they want to be called, uh, when you see this happening to them, it's something that you see a cruelty, like in almost like it feels something that's almost evil that's going on. And when you see that, like at least when I see that, it's like I think, like you can't deny that the black people in this country, to some people, are treated as less. They're treated as though they're, inferior. They're treated as though they're some sort of like monster. And I think that what's going on right now, even though I think the intentions behind it are very good, the intentions behind it are very pure, and wanting to, help people, wanting to, make things better. I think it's getting twisted because of other people that are aprovechándose del momento. That makes any sense?
yeah,
Because there's people that like, there was this story that came out this today, I believe it was, that there was these girls talking. They're like, "Oh, there's gonna be a riot in our city," and they said, "Oh my god, let me go pick out my outfit," and they just start taking Instagram pictures, And it's like, okay, like. People are now like, you can see the people being dumb. You know what I mean? It's like, what are you guys doing? You know, about like, this isn't like some sort of joke. You know, like I'm not gonna go out there because, you know, I like even okay. There's a whole nother thing. Like maybe we could talk about this later, but if the coronavirus is so bad, I expect there to be a horrible number of cases in 2 weeks. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, bro. Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
people better be dropping like flies, dude. If not, I'll be like, yo, can we go out now? Because what the
Yeah.
heck? No one got hurt from that. People are getting shot and throwing blood everywhere. It's like, you know, but what I'm
That's
saying
that.
is like these people, it's like you see that it's changed. Now there's people that are like in my home city in Santa Maria,
Hmm.
California, they started looting over there and they looted the mall. And in the mall, there's like nothing. It's a movie theater, Red Robin, a cookie store, like a Foot Locker. It's like, what are you guys gonna steal? But these people are all stealing, and it's like 90% Mexican people. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, you guys are just stealing. You know what I mean? Like you straight
Hmm.
up are just like, you know, robbing people right now. And I think that's the thing that is like making this, because it's wrong, the stealing, the looting. But I think the thing that's making it, the thing that's changing the perspective on it is all those people looting, all those people doing these crazy riots, throwing themselves at the police, throwing themselves at the police, attacking everybody, because there's people that are saying like, don't be violent, don't do this because you're ruining the image, you're ruining this. CNN, Fox News, they're all saying that we're freaking horrible. Univision and Telemundo, they're saying that we're the freaking worst people
Yeah.
ever, and then we're trying to kill people. You know, and it's like there's people like that, there's evil people like that, but I think that the majority of people, their intentions are to be good. Their intentions are to help raise awareness, because I think that if they don't go out into people's faces like what they're doing right now, this is the only way that they feel like they can do anything anymore to have their voices heard. Because what was happening a couple years ago, you had Colin Kaepernick in the NFL taking a kneel, and everybody's saying, "Oh, what is he doing? What is he doing? He needs to get off the field." You know, even Trump said it. You know, and I believe, you know, it's disrespectful and whatnot. You know, that, you know, to have a some sort of disrespect for the country and you're in. You know,
Hmm.
because I've always been taught, you know, you gotta respect the place that you're in, and I appreciate this country. I love this country, but what he was doing was trying to manifest those things, the same things that everybody's burning buildings over right now. He was trying to say, look, I'm taking a kneel because I'm trying to say that I don't agree with this country and what's going on with the police and the way they treat African American people, you know? And now you had a guy kneeling on someone's neck. Like, what that's like the biggest irony ever. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And it's like, I think this is happening because there's no other way for them to show what they want. You know, it's like, well, what else do you guys want? We were trying so hard. We are trying to do this, you know, peacefully. And now it's like, now they're
There's
throwing it in
no
their
other
faces.
option.
Exactly. There's no other option. Throwing it in their face. And there's like, I think within the next like 5 to 10 years, you're going to see a complete change in the way the justice system or the law enforcement system works, you know?
Yeah, I get what you mean, bro. And I was it's not a lot of people are like, it's not a war versus a white people.
Uh-huh.
And I think a lot of people are starting to make it seem like that way, that it's black versus whites, and you have to pick a side. But I saw this. I mean, I'm sure we've all seen the post where it's like, the war is not a war of race. The war is a war on racism. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not. It's not necessarily white people, because there is some white people that support the Black Lives Matter movement, which is really good. But man, um, I guess you can say everyone's true colors are kind of coming out in a way. I understand if um, I know there's a lot of people that are like, wow, look at this person. They're not talking a lot. They're not posting a lot. I would understand why someone wouldn't say something exactly. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
someone shouldn't be forced to post something. But
Mm-hmm.
if if someone if what am I trying to say? basically it's not a war versus white people, you know. And you can tell, it's not just because they're being quiet. You can tell when a person is, you know, for Trump and what he's doing. Because lately, or at least me personally, lately, like on Snapchat, I've seen people posting like, "Oh, black people this," with now I'm saying what they're saying, and black people this, black people that, blah 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 blah, like
Yeah.
completely being racist, like straight up racist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like it's not everyone's like that though. Not everyone's like that. Not all white people are like that. Same way, like some white people that say, "Oh, all black people are bad." No, not all black people are bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that starts in your home. That starts in your house. You know, racism isn't something like, oh, white people were born to hate black people. It wasn't that way. It was something that was taught. And I remember, this is like a little, maybe a little off, but like I remember in school a couple months ago, whenever before the whole virus, we read a story about this kid that like he grew up in a rich white household, and it was like in the 1700s, and they had a black maid in the house, and they were super nice to her. He loved her, and he wrote about it growing up. That's why I know. And he wrote in his book that he loved her so much because she was so sweet, she was so caring.
Mm-hmm.
Until he got to a certain age where he was able to process things, and his parents would try to tell him like, "Oh, you can't. She's less than you. You know, she's your worker. She's not your friend. Like, you know what I'm saying?" And so
Yeah,
basically, what
she's
he
your
was trying to say
worker.
with that book is like, it's not racism isn't born because he said I love that woman. You know, she cared for me. She
Yeah.
took care of me. So racism isn't born with; it's taught, and I think that's the problem that it needs to start from our houses. People who have. I mean, not trying to talk crap about parents. Parents, you know, they know how hard their job is and everything, but the way we can prevent that is just starting in our own homes. Like, I've seen on Twitter some people that are from church or not even from church that they're like, my parents are confused, but I got to talk to them and educated them about it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's really important because with the exactly the same with media, all some people could see is just people writing.
Yep.
And they're like, well, no wonder. I mean, look at them. They're just writing. But that's all they see on news. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all they visually see. So to their minds, they're thinking like, well, no wonder. I mean, look at them writing. Look at them breaking all these stores, looting, all this stuff. But that's like how you said with the main news channels that they're showing all that stuff. But when you actually open somebody's mind, their viewpoint, they see, wow, now I know why they're doing that. Or like, there's even videos of like people like picking up the trash or cleaning up the places that were destroyed. Like real good people with good hearts and everything.
Yeah.
So I think that's the most important thing too. One of the most important things is that we have to educate ourselves, like a lot, a lot, a lot.
Hmm.
There's nothing worse. I mean, I can't say I've lived a lot. I'm only 16 still, but like, there's nothing worse than a closed-minded person, bro.
Hmm.
There's nothing worse than that because there's literally no solution. You can put them facts in their face and they're just gonna be like, okay, I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So one thing that I think is super important is like, bro, educate yourself. If someone is still confused about what's going on, then you have to be that person to be able to help them. Like, you're gonna help their mindset. You're gonna help how they view things, and that's to me that's super important because right now the news is like is not it, bro. The news is not it. Most of the videos that you're finding uncovering that actually show the true reason, the true meaning behind it are not from news channels. They're from people that their videos go viral. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But news, all they're doing is posting riots. Oh, someone got killed. All these people they broke this store. Blah 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 blah. So people that are out there, take the time to investigate and take the time to educate other people beside yourself because you're also helping another person that's all not you. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that's one thing I guess I could say that's really important is to educate yourself and investigate. Take the time to investigate. It's literally not going to kill you. You bring yourself to a better place. Knowledge is the most powerful thing. No one can take knowledge from you. They can take away your money, they can take away your house, but if you got what you got here, ain't nobody can take that away from you. So I think
Hmm.
that's the most important thing that someone could do is educate themselves.
Yeah, dude. Because, like you said, it's like I've thought of that many times as well. It's like how can somebody have a resentment towards another person like that, you know? And it's like you said, you're not born with it, you know? You like as a person, you see people like that they're other people, you know? Like I've seen over here like this might be a bad example or like not the best example, but I've seen with my animals that when one of my goats she gave birth, right? She had two baby
Uh-huh.
goats. Everybody was in love with the goats, right? All the chickens
Mhm.
came over and they started looking at the baby goats and they were like checking up on them. And then the pig came over, was checking up on the baby goat. And it's like everybody's just like, oh cool, it's like a new person, a new thing, you know? Like they don't have any
Mhm.
sort of resentment towards it or hatred toward it, you know? And like that's the same thing. Like if you like I like for somebody that maybe you didn't grow up with somebody that was black or you didn't grow up with somebody that was of a different race than you or a different ideology or different thing, that shouldn't be some a reason for you to hate the other person, you know? Like I say for myself, you know, because I think about this a lot of times. Like when I think about what's going on, I think about how my feelings have changed about like people within the LGBT community, you know? Cuz before I would feel very like how could I say like I want to be honest, you know, like I thought it was like straight up disgusting, you know, and I was very, you know, like yeah, I know it sounds wrong, you know, but I was
No,
like
I know
that
what you
doesn't make any
mean.
sense. Like
Mhm.
why would you be that way or why would you choose to be that way, you know? It's like, you know, maybe some people like that's just like, you know, something that just ended up happening to them. I don't know what's up with them, you know, that's just how they feel, that's just how they are, whatever it might be the situation, you know. I don't know about that stuff and you know, I don't want to comment too much, but I've learned that you have to be respectful of people no matter what they believe, you know. Because I remember one year I sat next to this person that I knew for a fact was gay in my class. And then I'll be honest, at first I felt very uncomfortable, right? Because I was like, man, I know this person, you know, they have these thoughts or they have these feelings. This is the way they govern their life, the way they live. But when I began to speak to this person, we had to do projects together. We had to do all these different things. Began to feel very comfortable. And I said, you know, I can't believe even for a second, I felt like that, you know? And I even told this person, I was like, thank you for, you always made me feel comfortable. You know, you always make me feel like, oh yeah, of course. Like we're just here to do work, you know? And like, I think about that with this situation as well. You know, it's like, why do you look at somebody just because of the color of their skin that there's something different, you know? And it's like these people that the black people, they came here, they came, they worked on this country just as much as anybody else, you know. They were the ones that totally financed and was the ability for people to be rich in cotton, people to be rich in all these different, you know, industries, because they
Mhm.
were like, okay, we need a bunch of cheap workers, and they got these people, and these people for the most part, you know, they worked without that much trouble, you know what I mean? They were treated horribly, and these people for many years they were working, they were doing they were being enslaved, which is wrong obviously, but you never seen this uproar until very late into the well, I forgot what century it was, but you see when it began the revolution of that, when the Civil War started and everything was going on, you see that like finally they were being mistreated horribly. People were now the saying, they're like, I just want to be treated like another person, you know, I want to have my own rights, I want to have my own business, my own things, you know.
Mhm.
And I think that's just something that here in this country, that because you think about it, dude, we were segregated in schools like less than 100 years ago. You know what I mean? Like there's people's grandpa, people have a grandpa right now that they never went to school with a black person. You know what I mean? And they're like, "Oh my god, that's disgusting. I can't believe people go to school with other black people. I can't believe people share a bathroom with them. They drink the same from the same water fountain." You know, it's like, but that's because they were raised in that, and now those people are living in that, saying, "Oh, well, my grandpa, my father, everybody hates them. So I obviously can't like them either because they're the ones that are taking something from my family, taking something from me, from who I am." You know, but it's like It's honestly just very ignorant thinking. You know what I mean? Because this is stuff that you would see like in the 1500s, you know? Like in long time ago when people were taking over countries and they're like, "Oh my god, the these people with there's these people that are really dark. Oh my god, there's these people that have really small eyes. There's these people that have this that." You know, it's like, what the heck, like, you know, they're scared of them because in our primal sense, if you see, like, if there's a group of wolves and they see another group of animals that don't look like them, they're like, okay, this is dangerous, I need to protect myself, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
something very primal.
It's a
But
threat.
we're human beings, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they think the same as us, they have the same thoughts as us, just in a different language sometimes, you know what I mean? So when I think about it, I think it's sad, you know, just so people see that. But I also see that there's a lot of hypocrisy within everything that's going on, because everybody is saying, "Oh, white people are doing this, white people are doing that," you know. And I like to think, even though it probably is the majority of how I'm trying to say, the majority of them are white people. If you want to say it like that, I think that's a okay statement to say because it's probably true. But not all white people are like that, right? In America, there's over 300 million people, right? If 1% of people were racist, that'd be about, what is it? 3? That'd be 3 million people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to tell me that out of the like 100 million white people, only about, let's say 90% of that, like 100 280 mil no 2.8 million people are white people that are racist. Okay, but there's still a whole bunch more white people. There's like 100 million other white people that are not racist, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that those statements in general are things that make people very mad, because they say, hey, look, I'm not a racist, I don't think this, but I don't know why you guys are including me in that and this. And I just think that it's like, because then there's another thing about it, you know, people saying that all cops are bad, right? I think that there's a good amount of cops that are bad, but then I think there's even more that are good and they have good intentions. But I think just the way the system works of the police is bad, because it takes somebody that goes. This is what I saw a video I saw the other day. You have to take more training hours to be a barber than to be a police. You know what I mean? Like, you have to
Mm-hmm.
get like 500 hours of training, or I don't know what it is to be a barber. I think it's like 3,000 or something like that. I can't remember. It's like you have to do it for like 3 years full time. And then to be a police officer, they have a 6-month program. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, obviously you're going to get some bad people in there. You know, you get anything that's easy, you're going to get bad people in it. You know, like, what else is easy for people like to buy, but like what's it called, people that buy crack or something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You buy crack for $10 and you sell it for 20. They're like, that's cheap and I make a little bit of money, whatever. You know, like, you're gonna get bad people doing it, people that aren't the best people in the world, you know? And if you get cops that only had to go through 6 months of training, you get some guy that didn't know what to do with his life, and he decides for 6 months, okay, I'm gonna do this. And then after a while, he's pissed off, he starts doing all these stupid things, and he's screwing everything up because of this decision that he made on the fly, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I just think that I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna see a lot of change in the way that they get cops from the future. I think something that would make because what happened in Sweden, I don't know if you've heard about this, but Sweden, is this Sweden? Yeah, Sweden. They have like the one of the highest education rankings in the entire world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but before, they were all the way at the bottom. They were ranked at the bottom for, like, you know, horrible teaching, horrible school system, horrible everything. But then what they did was they made teaching a prestigious job, right? They treated teaching as if it were like, you're a doctor, you're a lawyer. They're like, oh my God, this woman is a teacher. God bless her beautiful soul. She's gonna make some good money out here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that happened. And then you started getting, and then to be able to teach at any level, you have to have a master's degree. You have to be a freaking genius to be able to be a
Mm-hmm.
teacher in Sweden, right? And now they've jumped in the last like 15, 20 years. They've jumped to be one of the top ranking education countries, top ranking countries in education. You know. Now, what if we made being a cop a prestigious job? You know, where it's like, okay, you have to have a master's degree in criminal science. You have to take a certain amount of classes in psychology, a certain amount of classes in this thing, you know, and then okay, now we're starting to get people that are not exactly, because it's like you're not going to get that in 6 months. You have to take like 3 or 4 years to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then you're gonna bring down the horrible people that are there a whole lot. You know, like look at doctors. You know, obviously there's times where you've seen doctors that are horrible, and there's some kids that are in like medical school, and they're like, a story went up the other day about this kid in medical school that was saying very racist remarks, saying racial slurs. But for the most part, doctors, you know, they're pretty level headed. You know what I mean? That's because you have to go to school for a long time, and you get paid a lot of money. You better be level headed. You better be not
Mm-hmm.
stupid. You know, so the thing is, I think the same thing, if they do that with cops, you could see something ending up changing in the way that cops govern themselves, the way things work. You know, even if there wasn't this motivation from what everybody's talking about, you know, the black people, I think that if you just do that regardless, those people will get weeded out.
I get what you mean, bro, to be honest. And what was I gonna say? One thing that I think would be a good idea as well is like we're not gonna refer necessarily to cops, but like juries and trials.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was watching this documentary the other day, and this guy, he was a Mexican. I mean, I assume it would have been the same thing if he was black. But he said that he was innocent. He was literally innocent of his crime. But according to the jury, which was all white, he was guilty. So
Mm-hmm.
literally, he was like, he got put guilty. Like he got a life sentence for being, and he was like, I swear to God that I'm innocent. I know I'm innocent. And like literally, what he says is the only thing that keeps him going. Is he was like, the only thing that keeps me going is knowing that God knows I didn't do nothing, whether people don't want to believe me. Which is
Mm-hmm.
like whether I mean you're religious or not. It's just a reasonable motivation to keep going, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So what he was saying is that, but the jury was all white. You get what I'm saying? And so
Mm-hmm.
like, how many of those people could have been racist? I'm not saying everyone's racist, but how many of them could have been racist? You get what I'm saying? So,
Or
for
not even
example,
racist, but they just have, you know, little things in their head that they're like, you know, like you
yeah,
said, like with our parents, like they're not educated.
yeah. And so it's just like, what about with juries? I don't know how many people are supposed to be in the jury. I have no idea. Let's just say, I don't know. What's a good estimate? Like
20.
mm, 20. Okay. Why don't they invite people from the jury? Why don't we do like 5 whites, 5 blacks, 5 Latinos, 5 Asians, or something like that? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there's got to be an equality in some sort. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, right? If you don't show up for jury, you can get arrested or something like that, or something like
Yeah, you
that.
could get arrested.
So like, I mean, they already have that out. If you don't go, you can get arrested. So conviene ir. It's better. It's beneficial for us to go. But
Yes.
when it comes to jury, they shouldn't just be like, oh, 20 random citizens. I les va. No, like when it comes to juries, 5 Mexican or not Mexicans, Latinos, 5 blacks, 5 whites, 5 Asians. Lo que sea, whatever. But 5 of everything, equal number of everything. And trust me, like some of these viral cases that we've seen that are just like, oh, black man finally exonerated after 20 years or after 15 years. Like, why are you gonna waste that many years of someone's life? Why don't you just be equal with the jury or like the judge too? I feel like people need a background check. You know what I'm saying? To
Yeah.
be honest, like, what are their roots? Where did they grow up? What do their parents do for a living? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta dig deep into people, not to be nosy or get in their business, but you got to know who's taking the job that you're offering.
Mm-hmm.
Because that job of being a judge, that job of being a jury, even something so simple, that job can literally defend literally define the rest of the life of somebody.
Yeah.
Like it really can, because even if, let's say, even if they didn't get a life sentence, even if you go to jail for a certain amount of years, you're not going to find a job. No
Uh-huh.
one's going to want to. No one's going to want to give you
Does she got a
super
felony
good,
charge?
yeah, super good benefits or all this stuff. No, you're basically a prisoner but free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's not the same no more. You'll never be the same, and that's for the rest of your life. That's permanent. They're gonna look at your record. No felony, heck no, no job. Get out of here, go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is. So even let's not go all the way to license. Let's not go that far. Even with something so simple like that, it can really affect somebody's life. So I think this needs to be um, more, how you can say, more worried about the people taking the jobs,
Yeah.
more into the background check, like not just a background check, like, oh, he don't have no crime, he's a good person. No, like, what does this person think? What are his views? Like, have a one-on-one. You get what I'm saying? I mean, if the boss can have a one-on-one, that's what he's got assistants for or something. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We just have to make sure that the people taking important jobs are people with open minds,
Mm-hmm.
people that are going to be able to make a difference. Whether that's going to be really hard, of course, because I'm pretty sure there's people that have high rankings that they've earned their place, you could say, but they racist. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So change does not come day and night. Change does not come in a month, a year, maybe not even 10 years. Maybe we'll be dead by the time this freaking thing is ready, right? Who knows? But
Yeah.
it's been something for a while, from 1860s, Civil War, they got freed. And people maybe thought, man, 1860 is over. Psych, you thought the Jim Crow laws happened. Sorry, it
True.
sounds messed up.
No, that's
But
true though.
after the 1860s, because basically what happened in the 1860s that, bro, stop making me back. Basically, basically what
That's so
happened,
funny though.
basically what happened, basically what happened after the 1860s is like, what happened in the 1860s is that people were starting to come to light of what was actually going on. Like,
Yeah.
um, Frederick Douglass, all these people, I think, if I'm not mistaken, but like all these people were starting to spread out the truth about slavery, blah, 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 right?
Abraham
Slavery gets,
Lincoln.
yeah, slavery gets taken out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's like, woo, mission accomplished. Psych. You go to the South and they start doing like Jim Crow laws and all this crap. And it's just like,
Your vote is worth only the 3/5 compromise. You only have 3/5 of a vote.
yeah. And it's just like all these things where it's like, whoa, we thought we made it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it goes
bro, that three
all
fifths,
over.
dude, the 3/5 law is so petty. Like,
Honestly.
it's like you gave them barely more than half.
Yeah.
3/5. What the heck is that?
So like they thought it was over, right? So long story short, it keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. Until we get to the 1960s, civil rights movements. And I remember I was hearing about this case in history. I mean, I love history. My memory is not perfect, but I love history. And
Mm-hmm.
they're teaching us about this case that it was called the Little Rock Nine, I think it was called, about these black people that they were going to school, but in a white area. And
Okay.
literally, the governor, he called the I guess local police, whatever you want to call, and they were literally arrested because they were walking to school. I think, if I'm not wrong. I mean, someone watching this video who wants to look it up can fact check me, of course, and correct me, right, in the comments or whatever. But and it's just like, bro, like we literally thought we got rid of slavery 100 years ago, right? We thought we were free. We thought everything was good, and then we're still in 1960s, and we still got the same bull caca going on.
Yeah.
So it's like, and now we're in freaking 2020, and we still got the same bull caca going on. I mean, maybe not like that bad, but it's still there.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you think about it, man, maybe not even in our lifetimes this will get fixed completely. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just
It's
like,
gonna be bad.
it's a change that has been coming over centuries and over years, and it's just like it's gonna take more than one person. That's why all the people that are putting the effort, I really applaud them, man. Y'all are brave, and y'all's names are gonna be written in history and everything. But they just can't let up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One thing, last thing I want to point out, and I'll let you talk. One last thing I want to point you out, bro. Okay, So this is for all the white people that are racist. Okay, don't say I'm saying all white people. I'm not saying
Okay,
all white
so
people.
not all white people. The white racist people.
Yeah, the racist
The
ones.
people that like
Okay.
putting a bed sheet over their head.
Yeah, the racist ones. Okay, don't come at me with like you said all whites. No, I did not. Replay the video if you want. Okay.
Yeah, Karen.
So, so okay, the racist ones, right? Rioting is bad. Blah, blah, blah. Violent protest is not the way. Which I did agree. Looting is bad. Stealing is bad. But
Yeah.
protesting is good, right? All right.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, oh, that's bad. Blah, 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 blah. Literally, this amazing country, because it is a good country, this
Yes.
freaking country was doing that because people did not agree with freaking King George and all of the acts that he was passing. And what did we start to do? We started to freaking riot. The Boston Tea
We
Party,
dumped
all
the
these
tea.
freaking things, like all these things, the Stamp Act, like, which I agree with so much. Like, they had all the reason. They're violating
Yeah.
their rights. They're violating their rights. You know what I'm
They
saying?
were charging them like taxes that were stupid.
Yeah, because I think Britain lost the war against France or something like that, and they needed money. So, like,
They're like, oh, let's
so
just tax the American people.
exactly. So it's like, but what did they do? They put on their big boy pants. They went against Britain. They said, "Bring the soldiers. We don't give a
They put
crap.
on
We're
the
gonna,
wig. Don't forget
yeah,
the
we're gonna
powdered wig.
fight. You know, we're gonna fight." They fought it out for a couple of years, and they won. Okay, okay. White people are not natives to the land that we call America.
That's
Okay,
true.
Native Americans are, and we came in here and we jacked up Squanto. We jacked up all the homies. We're like peace treaty guys, and then we say, you know what? Stab them in the back. Let's make our country bigger.
We done did Chief Wahoo dirty.
I know. All these people, we done them dirty. That's literally how we got across the country, screwing over Native Americans.
Yeah. And
And
now what do they have? They just have casinos.
I know, literally. I mean, they do make good money though. But
Yeah,
anyways,
they
that's
do.
besides the point. But what was I saying?
Hey, maybe
Anyways,
we should take those casinos back, man. They make too much
yeah.
money.
So like, and then okay, that's not even there. We're gonna stop that, okay?
Yes.
So this, I'm trying to think of this thing. It's called the Monroe Doctrine.
Uh-huh.
I forgot what that one was.
Hold up, I'll Google it.
It was like supposedly that we're United States. I think we're like, oh, we're big and bad, so we can interfere into Europe or something like that. I don't know. Maybe
The Monroe Doctrine is the best. Wait up. The Monroe Doctrine is the best known U.S. policy towards the Western Hemisphere. It warns European nations that the United States would not tolerate further colonization or puppet monarchs.
okay, perfect.
So basically, people can't come over here.
Yeah. So
You're not
basically,
invited
like
to my sleepover.
this is our land. Don't come over here. We're the big guys now. We made a big country and like we're hot stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now let's go back to Mexico. The Mexico line is not where it was when they first made United States. We pushed, I mean, not we. They pushed the Mexicans back a good bit. But how did they push them back? They didn't push them back like, hey, bro, let's sign a paper. No, they didn't. They killed a bunch of Mexicans and they went to war, okay?
Yeah.
So that's number one, okay? Next, all these territories that the United States has, like Guam, like
Puerto
Philippines,
Rico.
they won them not by signing a peaceful contract, okay? So let's just remember all of these things,
Okay.
okay?
The only thing that we got that was okay was Louisiana Purchase. That's it.
Yeah, that's literally it. And that's because the French needed money, so that's not even.
And we screwed them over.
Yes, big time. So.
Man, not even that was good.
So
we evil.
So basically, this country, land of the free, home of the brave. Yes, I respected the laws. Todo lo que tú quieras, you know, praise God, whatever. We got this country by screwing over every single person in our path. And that's a freaking fact.
Dude, that's so true.
Even in the world wars, we still screwed over people, bro.
Dude, that's so true.
And then they're like, oh my God, se están cagando over a freaking protest. And I'm like, y'all built this country, black people working. And there was this, I remember this Instagram post of the day, and it was like Mexicans. It was like, black people built this country, and now Mexicans are helping them maintain it.
Bro, that's so true.
And I was just like, I mean, it's true. No disrespect to white people. Listen, harder working white people.
Yeah.
But it's like, come on now. Like, y'all built this country on betraying people.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, the natives. Okay, let's go back to that. The natives were like, bro, we'll teach you how to fish. We'll teach you how to, because we got here. I mean, the whites got here. They don't got a clue what was going on. And it's just like, they don't got a clue what was going on. And, you know, they offered, hey, we're going to teach you how to farm. We're going to teach you how to fish, blah, 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 blah. And then and they were like, all right, well, guys, you know, you guys helped us for what you guys can help us with. Now, screw y'all. We're going to just get rid of y'all. Bang, bang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These people came with guns and Native Americans were still with bows. You know, obviously they're going to win.
Dude, yeah.
All I know is, man,
they took their land, they took their women, everything.
It's not white people that are bad. It's just some of the things, like with the ignorance that they have.
I think that's what it is. It's not even white people. It's just people that are ignorant. Because you've seen
ignorant,
that, like you've seen Mexican people that are out there saying stupid stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you've seen, like, I've seen it recently. Everybody's like, "Oh, how come Mexicans are all saying the N-word?" It's like, bro, for real. Like, what's the deal with that? Like, why are you guys all like acting like you're like, just because you have some melanin in you, like, bro, you're not the same. My dude looks like a chocolate chip. You look like some sort of, like, you know, just like, I don't even know. You look like a caca, dude. Like, you don't even shouldn't be saying that. You know what I mean? So, you think just because your skin's dark, you could say that?
So, I don't know, bro. It's
And I'm sorry about the chocolate chip thing. Okay, I was just trying to make a point. Like, sorry. I was just trying to make a funny point. I was trying to be funny. Sorry, I didn't mean it.
Now, Trump's response.
Oh my god, bro. Look, the other day somebody was, and I'm gonna say her name, Kayla. She was telling me that I'm a Trump supporter. I'm not, dude. You know what I mean? I just think that the guy, he's the president. We can't deny that. Whatever. I agree with some things that he says, because there's certain things that I believe, you know, and then he reciprocates. Obviously, there's things that Obama says that I believe. There's things that Joe Biden says that I believe, and you know, it's
whenever he's awake.
Whenever he's dude, have you seen there's clips of him on the news?
Oh my god!
And he's talking and he farts, dude. Like 3 separate times. This one can't control his bowels. He's gonna be in a diaper. Nah, dude, but like there's things that he says obviously that are horrible and that I don't agree with and everything, you know, but like what am I getting at? So what I'm saying is, right now I think he's being super stupid. I think he is screwing himself over for re-election. I think he's screwing himself over with public opinion and his public image. You know, like I saw this picture, dude, the other day where I was like, bro, this has to be some sort of joke. There's a picture of, you seen that picture of Donald Trump with the Bible, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they got a picture of Hitler doing the exact same thing with a Bible. Mm-hmm. And then everybody's all like that, right? I'm like, oh my God, how can you do that, bro? Do you not know about Hitler? Why don't you do a Google search or something? Like, damn, if you just said, okay, I'm gonna hold the Bible up. Did Hitler happen to do that? Or like, is there another person that's significant that did something like that? It's like, oh my God. But I think what he's saying about, you know, getting the military against the people is something that is mind-boggling to me. I didn't know that a president could bring the military to the against the United States American citizens. You know, it's like I think this is a horrible, stupid decision, because not only is it something that I think is wrong. You know, this country, our government is meant to protect us. They're meant to take care of us. They're meant to do whatever they need, right? And it's like, okay, I get he's saying that we have to take care of the cities that are burning. We have to take care of this. We have to take care of that. And I'm like, okay, I get that. But you're saying that, like, the way you're making it sound is like you're gonna kill people. You know what I mean? Like the way you're making it sound is like you're ready to just let the trigger fly. It's like, bro, you need to chill. You need to calm down.
There was the picture was like, this is how he'll be remembered, hiding in his bunker while everyone's out there fighting for a cause. And it's just like, bro, to be honest, my personal opinion is that he is screwing himself over. But okay, here, this is my opinion, right? This little thing that's been going on about racism, this hasn't started, like, it wasn't like something that he started just one day out of nowhere. Like, if you go back, his campaign, he built it on build a wall.
That's true.
He literally built it on build a wall. Who do you think he's gonna appeal to? You think he's gonna appeal to Latinos? Heck no. He's gonna appeal to white people, you know what I'm saying? Thinking that it's a supreme race up in here. So that's who's supporting him. And now he referred to black people as thugs, and he calls Hispanics rapists. And I was just like, oh. And then the white people I just remember this. The white people protesting on the freaking front of the Capitol with their machine guns. He's like, these good people want to change. Oh my God. What the heck, bro? Oh
Honest,
my
that
God.
situation was crazy because I think that it was like, you know what? I like chill, like, dude, like freaking Frank and Karen, you guys just have to stay in your house. Like, you ain't got nothing to do. You know what I mean? Like, and then I'm for the I forgot what amendment. I think it's Second Amendment,
Second, yeah.
right? I'm for the Second Amendment, where I believe people should have a gun. I have a gun in this house,
Mm-hmm.
and I have ammunition for it and everything, and I have my friends that come over and we shoot in the backyard because we have a huge property. We shoot down here, and like, I'm cool with that. I think it's cool, and I think it's important for people to be able to have their own weapons, because this is one of the exact reasons. If this government comes over and they start saying, okay, well, we're gonna go to war with the people, we're gonna be like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to shoot freaking Commander Wahoo, over whatever his name is, Commander Torres, because this was trying to come and kill me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to shoot Commander Torres in the face because this fool is trying to come over here and kill me. I have the right to be able to shoot at my military. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's totally fine. I think that's cool. But
The self-defense.
it's self-defense, and I even think
Yeah.
that being able to conceal carry a weapon, being able to now openly walk with the weapon, I understand it. I personally wouldn't do that. I'd be more comfortable with concealing it, like in a
Real quick,
holster or something.
real quick. It's okay to have like a gun, like a pistol, okay, for self-defense. But when people come out with these, like those people protesting, they come out with these big old rifles.
Yeah,
What is the difference if you're to protect for protection if you have a gun or a rifle? Like, you swear someone's gonna be able to walk through a gun and not through a rifle? It's the same thing. Like,
bro, that's the same reason though that people have like. This is why, like, to be honest, I feel complicated about it. Because at first, like people, they have to be able to have the right to be able to buy an RPG. Because what if the military comes over here with an RPG? And this is something that, like, look, now it sounds stupid. It always sounded stupid. People are like, what if I have to defend my house from people with bigger weapons than me? The military might be going to war with the people. This is literally what Trump said. You know what I mean? It's like,
mm-hmm.
I don't know what his intentions are. This dude's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I respect him and everything, and I think it's, like, whatever, like, I agree with some things that he says, but other things I totally do not agree at all with. I don't agree with this. He is trying to send the military against the people. The
Yeah.
military have tanks with a freaking grenade in it, a bullet that's about the size of me, right? And it probably weighs I probably weigh more than that bullet. You know what I mean? Like, they have big boy bullets. They have big grenade launchers. I think people have to have the right for that. But when I saw that protest, I said, these are people just trying to, just like with anything, they're just making politics about it. They're just trying to make a situation where it gets on the news and people are like, oh, so when should we open up the country? When should we do
Mm-hmm.
this? That's a valid question, right? That's a valid question completely with the economy the way it is. But the way they set it up is like, bro, why do you have to bring your machine gun, your AR-15 with the magazine on it, like, and you have to come here with tactical gear? It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, bro, what is this? And then you have all these other people that are, like, they're not really doing anything. They're saying they're at buildings saying I can't breathe. They're saying this and that. That's like what I'm getting at is like I feel that was complicated because in the moment I was like, you know what, let them, whatever, it doesn't matter. And I think it still doesn't. I don't think it's like that big of a deal, to be honest. And I think the comparison to it is a little. Um, I think it's just an utter like. I don't want to say almost coincidence, but I know that's not it. It's just like they're allowed to do that as well. They were peacefully doing it as well, even though they were doing it in a way that was like, you know what I mean? Like right now, what's the difference between the protests going on right now, right? Is that instead of having guns, they have about for every single cop they have about 100 people. That's scary as hell. You know what I mean? That's scary. That's about as scary as one guy with the AR-15. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine 100 people jumping you. That's like you're dead. You're gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gets a decent blow on you. You're gonna have like internal bleeding. You're screwed. You know. So I think that it's like they're both showing the power that they have. Because the people with the AR-15s are saying, "Look, I'm allowed to do this, and I'm gonna let you know that I can do whatever the frick I want with this because this is America. I can do what I want." Right? And there's like some implications with that and stuff like that. Not a perfect statement from me, but then there's the protest going on right now where it's like, okay, look, I have 100 people right here that if you touch me, you're gonna be jumped right now. You're gonna be screwed, right? And so will all your little cop friends because we have you in the corner right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the situation's a little complicated. I know people are gonna get mad at me about it, but that's what I'm just trying to say. Like, it's like I don't think comparing the two is necessarily the same because the way that they're reacting to the gun thing and the quarantine, right? Very stupid, and people just doing what they have the right to do, right? Like people have a right to protest abortions, people have a right to do whatever the heck they want about anything in life. And people are like, oh, screw these guys, why are they protesting this, the abortion, why are they protesting the quarantine? It's like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
they have the right to do it. They want to do it with the gun. They want to do it with whatever the hell they want. If it's in the law, it's cool. Whatever. You know, these people are doing the same thing too, but people are just mad because they're saying, "Oh, it's because you guys say everybody's racist." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that's not what they're saying. They're saying that there's a something that's going on way too much, or consistently, it is a racism. You know what I mean? Like that's why I kind of feel like weird about the gun thing. Even though I think those people are stupid, like me, I would have a gun like that, like a big old AR-15 with a drill magazine, but I'm not taking it out in public. There's no reason to do that. Why do I gotta scare everybody? You know what I mean? It's like, what's the point of that? Like, one of those bullets is gonna do the same thing. They take the same bullet as a handgun. It's like, bro, just take a handgun instead. I'm cool
Mm-hmm.
with the handgun. Why do you need a freaking magazine that has like 50 rounds in it? Like to go to the public just to scare people. It's like, bro, stop being stupid. You're just making the thing worse for everybody else that has a gun. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's like my take on that. Like, I don't think you can compare them because one is kind of like just like a whatever, like a normal protest for something that's like stupid going on in the moment. Like you see people that protested Trump the day he got inaugurated, right? It's like, okay, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you're allowed to do it. You're allowed to do it, whatever. People that protested Barack Obama, right? And it's like, okay, yeah, whatever, you're stupid. You're allowed to do it, right? There's people on the other side that say that you're stupid. You're allowed to do it. But the thing that's going on right now with the black people, the Black Lives Matter, is that this is a like a movement. This is looking for a change in the way the country works. This is not looking for like, oh, I'm uncomfortable in the situation that I'm in right now. Like the other people, right? They have the right to do it. right? And I don't think people understand. They're like, oh, these guys are annoying. It's like, bro, of course they're annoying, right? Like, I'll tell you, bro, I'm on Twitter and I'm like, okay, let me find something funny because I want to laugh today, right? Because I'm like, you got to hold up, let me get to what I'm saying, because this is legit me. Like, for the last 2 days, I was like, bro, because Twitter has the best stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to Twitter because I want to laugh today, and I'm like, God dang it, it's all Black Matters, and there's another guy that got hurt. There's another guy, George McAtee or something. He got killed. There's another person that got hit by a rubber bullet. There's another person this, and it's like, man, it's like my brain, part of it says, man, this is annoying. What the frick is going on? Why is everybody getting so screwed over? Why is all this happening? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But like, hold up, let me remember the point I'm going at. 5 seconds later. Ah, frick. Hold up.
You
What was
got
I
it.
saying
You
before?
have
What was
it.
I saying before?
Bro, I don't know. You said a lot.
Okay. No. Okay. So this is what I'm saying. Bro, I wanted to go to Twitter the other day to laugh about stuff, right?
Yeah.
I want to go to Twitter and laugh about stuff, but I couldn't because everything was Black Matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that is not gonna change for a long, long time. That is not gonna change for a while. You know, more than half of everything you see from now on is gonna be that, because people are not gonna rest until something changes. And I'm not saying, and I use the word annoying to kind of make it like funny and for people to understand it, right? But people are throwing it in other people's faces. For the white people, the Karen, like you said, and the Chad that think it's annoying. It's like, listen, bro, it's annoying. Yeah, I want to laugh on Twitter, but the thing that's going on is something that's so bad, something that they are demanding something to change. You know what I mean? There's a reason that they're being annoying, that everybody's talking about it, because they want the people in government to know that nobody is okay with what's going on. Nobody thinks it's okay. Nobody's okay with it. Nobody is like that. We have to annoy people. We're gonna have to annoy for the next, especially right now. Like right now, Trump doesn't care too much about getting anything done. He's just getting ready to be able to get reelected, right?
Yeah.
That's the only thing he's going to be caring about right now, right? And even when I think about that, I'm like, he's being stupid because he's not going to get reelected if he keeps doing stupid stuff like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that I'm getting at is like, this year we're not going to see anything. I don't think we're going to see anything. You know, what we're going to see is a lot of people in politics try to make promises. A lot of people saying we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and we have to see who are the people. We have to decide in our own reasoning who are the people that I believe are going to do that, and then a few years down the line, see who's actually done anything. You know what I mean? Because this is going to be something that's not going to change. Like you said, it's not going to change tomorrow. It's not going to change in a month. It's not going to change in 6 months. It's not going to change in November or in January when the new president gets inaugurated. This is going to be something that's going to take a while. But if we just let it go under the radar again and let people forget about it, then it's never going to change. This is going to be annoying us, quote unquote annoying. It's going to be annoying us for years. You know what I mean? I'm gonna see George Floyd is gonna become the face that is on the next generation's textbooks. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? He's gonna be the person that is gonna be the face responsible for the change that is gonna be made in the way America works. You know, and that's not gonna happen tomorrow. That's gonna happen in a long freaking time. It's gonna take a long time.
Yeah, I'll go for real, but I don't know, man. I
It's
just think
crazy.
like real quick, going back to the gun thing real quick. I don't want to elaborate too much on it, but
Yeah.
they pulled up with machine guns, bro. How many times has a black person been walking down the street with a gun right here, and then the cops feel suspicious and they racially target them?
Yeah.
Okay, trust me. I watch cops. I watch Live PD. Seen it happen plenty of times.
Bro,
Okay.
Light PD is so much fun.
Yeah, it's great. Everyone watch it. But anyways, so it's just like I've seen it, bro. I've seen it, and I've seen the racial targeting. Do they sometimes discover drugs or other things because of that suspicion, yeah. But it doesn't mean you need to abuse the suspicion that you have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So whatever, extra. Basically, I guess you can call it the end point, kinda, I guess you could say, is that people, yeah, you want something to happen, you gotta fight for it, man. You want to see change, you gotta be the change. And I motivate people to keep trying. Like you said, bro, I want to laugh too, man. My feed is all Black Lives Matter, which is not bad, which is good. I support it. But I want to laugh, man. But to get the point across, that's what we got to do. Exactly what you said. We got to annoy. We can't make them see anything but that. Whether they make a law out of being annoyed or actually coming to realization, doesn't matter. What matters is the law or something got to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what got to happen. I mean, everyone out there be safe. Try to be safe because everyone's like, oh, peaceful protest is gonna do it. But then there was a peaceful protest and the cops started shooting with rubber bullets. So, you never know. Basically, anytime you go out there protesting, you're risking your life. But I respect the fact that you're doing it for a good cause and a good reason.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend that she told me, and she lives in Texas, and she told me that the couple of seniors from her school, they went to go protest, and a lot of them were hurt. I think maybe one of them or two of them died, and they were seniors. And there's people out there getting hurt just because they're not knowledgeable of the curfew. Since there's
Yeah.
cops, since there's cops out there abusing the curfew. Hey, what are you doing now? Oh, I didn't know there was a curfew. Oh, too bad. Blah blah. Arrested. That's simple. That's simple.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not because they were doing anything bad. Just they were knowledgeable about the curfew. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So right now, guys, I know it's not good to be glued to your phone, but just be knowledgeable as much as you can and learn what you can. Be aware of curfew times because literally a curfew time could screw you over so bad. So
Mm-hmm.
be aware of curfew times. Be careful. Um, if you're gonna protest, at least tell your mama you love her. Tell your family you love them because you might not come back to that door. As much as bad as that sounds, and I don't want to make it a joke, but it's true.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I support it. Um, I think all lives matter, but right now, what matters is Black lives.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
And
my
what
view
has
on
to
it.
matter because that's not
Yes,
to many people. It hasn't.
yeah. So that's what I think is that I support it. Keep going. I'm not approving the looters and the stealers, but I guess not everyone's gonna be 100% executing the plan per se. You know what I'm saying? There's always gonna be a couple people that kind of ruin it and screw it over. Whatever.
Yeah. Whatever it is.
Ayos, not every plan goes to perfect, but for the people that do have pure intentions and are killing it, keep it going. Cause like maybe y'all's names won't be in the textbook, but y'all's names will be stayed in history. You know what I'm saying? Because you fought for what you believe is right. Your family will
Yeah.
know, your relatives will know. So all I gotta say is, man, I believe it. You want to make a difference, but you can't go out and riot, or you don't want to risk going out and riot because of your family, then vote. Is that simple? Vote. Like that's it. Vote. Literally, Trump, I'm pretty sure had a lot of some more supporters in 2016 when he went against Hillary, and Hillary still won the popular vote
Mm-hmm.
by like up 1% or half a percent. So he won because of electoral votes because he won the big states. You know what I'm saying? The big
Yeah.
red states like Texas and all this crap.
Yeah.
But that's popular vote, and Hillary won. And I didn't think Hillary had that much support. So if you guys want to not deal with this and deal with something else, vote for Joe Biden. I mean, maybe a lot of people want to Bernie. I understand. Bernie's been a loyal dude for his whole life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Respect him. He didn't make the cut though. Who didn't make the cut? Joe Biden. So do you want Trump or do you want Joe Biden? Those are your two options.
Mm-hmm.
So vote for Joe Biden if you can't protest it, right? Like you can, anyone can make a change. It's just deciding what way you want to make the change. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like there's petitions, there's all these things. But what I gotta say is, man, keep going. I support it. I'm all for it.
Yeah. And like you were saying, the one thing that can make a change is like if we vote. You know, Like when I turned 18, I voted. I registered to vote and everything. And if you're not registered to vote, I think that's something I'm gonna leave here on the bottom of the links in the description. I'm gonna leave the link so you could go register to vote if you haven't registered to vote. That's something that look, no matter who you think it is, right? I remember that I was thinking, I was like, man, I kind of hope Kamala Harris, is that her name? Kamala
Mm-hmm.
Harris? No, that's not her
Yeah.
name. What's her name? The
No, I
not the
think it is that.
no, not the black one, not the black girl. The she's like um hold on, let me make sure.
The white old one?
No, she's like what's her name? What's her name? Uh oh man, I can't believe I forgot her name. But I was thinking about candidates 2020. Okay, let me double check over here. Who were the people that were running? But like I was thinking about one of these people that oh my god, like let me show you on here. If you ooh, it's gonna be let me do a screen share. Hold up, people, go subscribe to Lama Podcast on the YouTube. Okay,
Meanwhile.
so so this one right here, her.
Uh-huh.
What's her name? I forgot her name.
I hold up.
Oh,
Your
right here,
face
right
is
here.
zoom in because your face is in the way. Your screen thing is in the way.
Okay, let me find her. Where is she? Tulsi Gabbard.
Uh-huh.
Bro, I kind of like Tulsi Gabbard, dude. I was like, Tulsi Gabbard, bro, she seems smart. She doesn't seem like she's crazy. And then she got screwed over by Google, who blocked her ads right after the presidential debate. And she sued them for like $10 million. But 2 weeks later, like a couple weeks later, she got kicked out of the race. I'm like, bro, you gotta be kidding me.
Mm.
Google blocked her ads. She had like $1 million worth of ads ready to go to be able to promote herself, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
you're allowed to do that. And I was like, bro, you gotta be kidding me. She got kicked out so damn early. And I was like, I was thinking about voting for her because I was like, man, she seemed like she's level headed. She seemed like she's smart. She seemed like she's not crazy. Like people are like you see people that are just saying stuff to say stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like what's his face? That guy in Texas, Beto. There's a clip of him where he's like, when before he got elected, he's like, okay, look, we're not gonna take away your guns, Texas. All my Texas people, we're not gonna do nothing. And then and then later he's like, we're gonna take away your AR-15. We're gonna take away this. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, you done screwed yourself in Texas. You are not gonna be there no more. You know what I mean? Like when you find somebody doing stuff like that, it's like flippy flop. It's like, bro. But her, she seems so level headed. I was like, bro, this, I'm gonna vote for the first woman president because if she's a candidate, she's gonna be elected. She's so damn smart, but she wasn't a candidate. I was so pissed off. But
Bro,
what I'm
sorry to
getting
cut
at
you
is
off real
whoever
quick.
you think. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Bro, I gotta use the restroom.
Okay, you
I'm
go.
sorry, bro.
Okay, you go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, bro.
You go ahead.
Be right back.
You're good.
You better cut this off, bro.
Funny.
Be right back, guys. Meanwhile, subscribe.
We'll return shortly to the Lama Podcast. Award from our sponsors. Who has sponsored this episode, you may ask? Me. Well, not me. Google and YouTube. Go over to Google, not Google, youtube.com/The Lama Podcast. Go subscribe to The Lama Podcast over there. We are going to start uploading content on there. Oh, yes! We're going to start uploading videos on there. Shout out to this conferencing app, Zoom, for being able to do this. Guys, make sure you guys go over to the Lama Podcast on YouTube.
Right.
Edgar has arrived from his piss.
Sorry, guys, been keeping the water up.
Thank you for listening to the word from our sponsors. This episode is sponsored by youtube.com/The Lama Podcast. Go over there, subscribe, watch the videos. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so what were we saying about?
I don't know, bro.
Oh, okay, no. I was saying about the Tulsi Gabbard and them.
Yeah.
Look,
Oh,
whoever
bro, I
you
feel
think.
so much. Sorry, I feel so comfortable right now. These last 10 minutes, I was like, man. Bro.
I feel so bad. You just said something.
No, I was just like, I was hoping you take I was hoping you take like a little pause. You know what I mean? Like, let me talk and be like, okay, well, cut it off right here. I'm gonna go. Okay,
Oh God,
anyways, go ahead.
dude. But what I think is like you said, like if you vote for whoever the heck you think is gonna do the good job, right? If you think that Trump is gonna have a change of heart and all of a sudden he's gonna be kumbaya and he's gonna be doing the most amazing thing in the world, vote for Trump. If you think Joe Biden is gonna get his gonna see a psychologist and end up fixing whatever he's going through, then vote for Joe Biden. Do whatever the heck you want. You want to vote for freaking whoever the independent person is on the ballot that you don't even know who he is, but you researched him on Google and he seemed okay. Do whatever the heck you want. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't vote, if you don't do nothing, then your opinion means squat. No one gives a crap what you say because you're not helping in the changing the country. You're not helping in making laws, right? Like everybody that's doing Black Lives Matter right now, if you're not registered to vote, everything you're doing is a load of crap. Because at the end of the day, you can have a tantrum, you can burn down stuff, or I shouldn't say that. You can get mad at people because those are the other people, the rioters, the looters, whatever. You
Yeah.
can get mad. You can post on social media. You can demand for change. But if you just send a tweet out, that's not going to do anything. If you just go outside and get pepper spray, that's not going to do anything. If you go over there and fill out a couple boxes on the ballot, that's going to change something.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to get the people in there to change something. And like,
Mm-hmm.
there was just like one little point that I was thinking about when you were talking is like, like it's going to be in the history books, like whatever this happens, I I think I don't know. This is me thinking just like because of the way people are, that somebody right now is gonna be real motivated to do something about it, and they're gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna be in the history books as the person that made the bill, And I'm like, if that's
Mm-hmm.
what motivates you, bro, to make that bill, to make the whatever the heck is gonna change this and help us out, whatever, dude. Let's have your name in the history books, dude. We'll put a whole page picture for you, whatever the hell you want, but make that damn thing soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's what we need. We need people that are gonna do that. You know, we need people that are gonna do it now. Do it soon.
Exactly, man. I don't know, man. I guess we can call this a conclusion, but just keep trying. Remember, I support. Don't take advantage of this to do other things. Don't, yeah, use common sense. I don't feel like that's not too common no more, but it's common. But use common sense, man. Like I said, you can go out, as like Jared said, you can go out and do all these things, but if you vote, you've wasted your time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe you made a picture on Instagram or maybe something. Who knows? You got a viral post, but you wasted your time, man. Because it doesn't matter what we do. If he's not voted out, then we did waste our time. You know what I mean? So you
Mm-hmm.
want to be the change. Forget the president, even locally, man. If you want to see a change in your local government with the governor or like anything, man, that's that's the beauty of our natural rights. You can vote.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can vote as long as you're registered and everything. So that's the beauty of our rights. Don't use our rights for bad. Don't use our rights to be taking advantage. Use your rights for good, for something that's gonna be able to benefit. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Black lives matter. All lives matter. But right now, Black lives
That's
matter.
right.
Okay. So
That's
anyway,
right.
that's our conclusion, guys. I guess we can call it an episode. It was a lengthy and intense episode.
Yes.
Pretty memorable. It's gonna be our first episode with visual, with the crazy crap
Yes.
going on.
I know. This is insane.
Super hyped. But yeah, guys, if you've made it up to this point so far, we appreciate it. Or if you've heard any part of the podcast, it's a long podcast, so we understand if you can't hear the whole thing. But man, take what you can from it. This is super maybe off like whatever. I'm not gonna listen to you, but this is a Mexican consejo out there, right? Or I think it's Mexican. It could be something else. But it says, "El que no oye, el que no escucha consejos, no llega viejo." Okay? You want to live long in life? You want to learn? you want to be knowledgeable, you want to be smart, listen, bro, study, investigate, do what you can. I mean, like in life, like it's quick example, just to close out the episode. And quick example: if someone tells you something, if someone shows you something, follow their way, listen their way, investigate yourself. And if you figure out that that's not the way for you, then take your own path. But investigate. You're not going to lose anything by investigating, because maybe that path that you do not know or recognize could be the thing that you've been looking for. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
and what that's translated is to whoever doesn't hear advice, whoever isn't an open-minded person is not going to get to old age. Not literally, but it's talking in a more, what you could say.
Like a mental way.
Yeah. So, man, last thing too, now that it came up to my mind, how do you want to be remembered? Okay? What are you going to tell your kids? Are you going to tell them, oh, I took pepper spray to the face, but I didn't freaking vote? Well, then you wasted your dang time, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You want to be like, you know what? At the time, I didn't want to risk myself for my family, which may be whack to some people, but I did what I could and I voted. So my vote made a difference. Every vote counts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you guys want to vote out the racism, then vote. I mean, you might have like a sleepy guy who's maybe a little creepy, but he's not racist. So
The guy
that
that
is
has
my
kids that sit on their lap. I don't know. We're
that
not
is
gonna
my
get into that.
conclusion. That is my conclusion today. But like I said, once again, Black Lives Matter, man.
I think Edgar said it best. We'll leave it off there. Black Lives Matter. Everything that's going on. Make sure you go vote. We're gonna have a link in the description for you guys to go over there, register to vote. If you will be 18 by that time, I believe that's how it works. I'll double
Yes.
check. If you're 18 by November 3rd or whatever day it is, make sure you register to vote. If you are old as hell like me and you have not registered to vote, what the heck are you doing? Register to vote. It's going to be in the description. Guys, once again, lastly, listen to this podcast on YouTube. Listen to this podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, your favorite platforms, all like that. Edgar, thank you very much for coming on.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for being our first guest with the visuals. Guys, my name is Jared Garcia. This is my friend Edgar. This has been the Lama Podcast. Thank you and goodbye.
Deuces.
Bro, heck yeah.
Perfect.